The MLS broker portal is here. The brokers across the country are teaming up. They're going to compete with Zillow. How does it affect your business?
We're actually bringing out some truths, peel back the layers of all this fluff.
Just shining the light on this industry as a whole. Maybe you should stay away from it.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Estate Raw and Uncut. This is episode 134. I'm Byron Lazine. He's Tim Barre. Barre.
How do I spell that?
With a couple notes. I don't know. Somebody said to me the other day, they said, have you guys copyrighted the beret?
I like that.
Somebody,
Is it like the beret you put on, you know? The last time we had notes, I don't know if you remember it.
When was it?
It was you. And
I had notes. I had notes, baby.
You did, and we were in Old Line.
Wow.
And it was, I think it was like episode
back.
37 in that range. Because I remember saying, what? You have notes? That's wrong. And now here I am.
If you're new to the show, usually how it goes, it's a Monday morning, what's the topic? And the reason it's called Raw and Uncut, because we just go for it. And we're going to go for it here. So, big news in the real estate industry last week. I mean, this has been news that's been building up.
Like 2014 is when we first heard about it.
Yep. So, the brokers across the country have decided to move forward and create what they're calling, I guess, the MLS broker portal, or is that the slang? It's really going to be broker portal, which to the consumer is going to be through HomeSnap.
Correct.
Right? So, what does this mean in terms of
why are they doing it?
What's the impact on Zillow? Why are they doing it?
So I did some due diligence, and we started to speak about this on the radio this weekend, and I said, probably should have done some due diligence prior to that, since we had a million listeners. But anyway, I did not realize that the vision was founded by CTMLS's president, Cameron Payne, from Connecticut.
Yes, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So basically what this thing is all the brokers are going to come together. Right. They're trying to form this national portal where the consumer
can get access to listings,
the information.
Right. So right now, consumers are typically Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia. Those are the big three ones, obviously, and that's where they're getting all their listing information. So the brokers basically what they want to do is cut out Zillow, so they're paying we know these brokers are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to Zillow every day. Individual agents paying hundreds of thousands of dollars every single day.
So why are they doing that?
To protect their listings. They're advertising on Zillow, right?
Yeah.
To be able to when I say protect their listings, get their own leads.
So you're the listing
agent. Get their own leads.
Okay. Right. You're the listing agent. You've got 123 Main Street. I'm the buyer.
Yep.
So let's say you don't belong to Zillow. You don't buy a zip code.
Right.
I'm a buyer. I go on Zillow. I find
You're going to find four agents.
Are you getting it? Am I getting you?
No, you're going to find 4 agents that are advertising through that zip code.
Yeah, but wait.
3 or 4 that are going to get that lead.
You're the best agent. You know the property. It's your listing, right?
Unless I pay to protect my listings, meaning pay for premier agent status, which is another form of advertising on Zillow, right? You can advertise in the zip code. When you do that, you get protection on your listings so that you're the only one that shows up.
But who knows that listing better than you?
Probably the owners, but other than the listing agent, right? Yeah.
So I'm the consumer trying to get good information, and the site looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting you?
Correct. So what the broker portal is going to do is give you that listing agent, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Right? Here's what's interesting to me is they're going to use HomeSnap, which, just to be fair, HomeSnap failed in their attempt to get consumers to use their platform, right? Let's just be fair. They tried to compete on their own with Zillow and Trulia and Realtor, and they came in, I don't know, but 4th at best, because those 3 are the monsters, right? I don't even know if right. So now they're going to team up with the brokers because they feel like they have the technology, and the brokers are now going to pay to build out the infrastructure to direct feed listings through the MLS to HomeSnap direct to consumer, basically becoming their own Zillow.
So they're claiming the broker portal,
Right.
is claiming that when you have these independent MLSs like CTMLS, and they're available through a website,
Right.
whether or not, it doesn't matter how clunky they are,
Sure.
that the consumers are gravitating towards those, and the leads being generated are actually 3 to 10 times greater than any other portal. Where's the data?
Right.
I haven't seen it, have you?
No, I haven't seen that.
But that's what they're claiming.
Right.
I'd like to see that.
Here's what I'd like to see is, okay, so we're going to pump in the money. We're not, what we're being told is, from the brokers, we're not going to charge our agents because it's in
They have
our
to.
best, I agree. It's in our best interest is what they're saying to put these listings out and generate more leads because the brokers are going to win because their agents are going to be doing more deals.
So it's a nonprofit? Are you telling me this?
That's
so it's a
what I don't
nonprofit?
get. Where are they making their money?
Well, they can't. It's a nonprofit. I
Right.
know that for a fact.
So this is going to be a nonprofit.
This is a nonprofit. I just lit the fuse.
Now I'm mind blown, right? Because, okay, which brokers are putting in the most money? The brokers that are benefiting the most, the ones that are benefiting the least. If you're in a small little town in Connecticut that's doing on average 200 deals a year, are you paying as much as the broker in New York City or in Los Angeles? Like,
Great questions.
how does the money get evened out to build this so that everybody wins? How do you compete with
Hold on.
the money that Zillow has
So,
to get attention? Because here's the thing. HomeSnap may or may not have, I went on their app, it looks very user-friendly right now.
yeah.
HomeSnap may have a great piece of technology. If that's the truth, you still have to get attention to shift everybody from Zillow to HomeSnap, which is going to cost a ton of ad dollars. When you want attention, you have to market like a maniac. So, if they're going to market like maniacs, that money has to come from somewhere.
Correct. So, here's my viewpoint. If I want to compete with Home Depot, how do I do it? Like if I'm brand new, how do I compete with
Like
Home
if you're a
Depot?
small,
Yeah, let's say I'm a hardware store, but I want to compete with Home Depot.
like a local hardware.
Yeah, I'm going to compete with Lowe's and Home Depot. Can I do it?
It's super specific to your community, micro content, which we believe in, like really like engage in creating relationships so
I
that
don't
people
think-
have a passion
I
to
don't
go
think
to your
you can.
shop. I think you can,
But you got to tweak the model.
You have to be so community first in that if you're a local hardware store that's going to win out in 2017, you have to be so community driven that you're guilting people in the community to skip out on the
Yeah, but
easy way,
I'm
Home Depot,
saying
and come to you.
Compete with those on a national level.
Oh, on a national level?
From scratch.
It's gonna be because you already have your two big ones, right? You've got Home Depot and you've got Lowe's.
Has it been done? Can
It's
you
always
do it?
two big entities and
Can
everything.
you do
right?
it without actually changing the model? I look at Mac, right?
Not without major disruption. So,
You got it.
So,
So how do
what
you
they're
do that?
doing is they're duplicating Zillow, which scares the hell out of me because they're playing catch up as always.
You can't compete with them at their own game.
Right. No.
Now here's my
Totally
thing.
agree.
So, in order to create a portal, and you went to this, you said it looks user friendly, right?
Well, when I went on HomeSnap the other day, like for all like transparency, I was on there for like 5 minutes. It looked user friendly. I didn't really bang it out and kind of go through it. I know that there's not listings on there right now, so there's like a bunch of blank data.
Well, let's just say they have issues. So, if they,
Yeah.
it's going to take a mastermind programmer to actually create a portal that can compete with Zillow because they have so much money
Right.
that they can pay for the talent. And let's face it, people that are talented go where the money is.
Right.
Right. So let's say they're fortunate enough to find that person that's independently wealthy and doesn't need the cash and is willing to work for a nonprofit.
Right.
Right. So they're out there and they're creating this app. And let's say they do a good job. What's Spencer Raskoff do?
He just shifts.
No, he gets here's
Or he
$10
buys
million,
Right.
and I'm going to give you 1 million shares.
Right.
And takes that person and pulls them over to Zillow.
Or he shifts and he does it himself. Like the one thing that I just came back from Inman last week, and I actually was hanging out with a few people that did a couple of technology startups. I won't say any names. They used to work for Zillow, and we were talking about our disruption topic. I think we might have done it on Raw&Uncut. I know we did on the radio. Disruption and where Zillow could, I think maybe even last episode, like Zillow could just come in and shift their whole entire model. if they start really losing earnings, they're a public traded company. And they smiled at me and they said, well, yeah, you've already seen them shift a bunch of times. How do you think you got 4 people on each zip code, right? Like, the bottom line for them is going to be top line revenue, public traded company. So you don't think that if there's a new trend happening, they're not going to, like you said, buy that company or just completely shift and go there. So you can't play catch up.
So here's my biggest one for this.
Yep.
So we're geared towards the list side, right? This is all listings, right? This model.
Well, I mean, it's a way to connect the listings with the buyers. Right
How about
now,
your buyer's agent? Because on Zillow there is a place.
Right.
National Broker Portal. Tell me their place.
For the buyer's agents.
For the
If they're
buyer's
not going to sell ads to buyer agents.
Where's their place?
I don't know.
I don't know either, and I don't know if they've thought about that.
Here's what I think they should.
But have they?
Here's what's coming too is, right now, 2017, as we sit here today, listing agents have control of the industry. I believe that buyer's agents will have control at some point. We're not talking this year, but at some point that is going to flip.
I think it's going to flip.
In terms of, has there been some disruption in the industry? Now, the brokers aren't going to be the ones that do this type of disruption, but disruption to the degree of open door, which makes it easier for sellers to a la carte their operation on the list side. And then when we were talking about the other day with the commission compression overseas, you're talking about, when you talk about like London, it's only buyer's agents getting paid 1 to 1.5%.
Right.
That's real. Like, listing agents aren't.
So because the listings, you're able to take that a la carte approach,
yeah,
and change that whole model. But if you still have that buyer's agent where the buyer wants representation, you still may have to offer a certain percentage.
Right. You better add extreme value, because buyer's agents, like over there, they're getting paid by the buyer.
They are.
And then the listing agents who work for one person. That's a whole different story.
That's a different topic.
That's a whole different topic. We'll get into that at some point here as well. If you're a broker, agent, just interested in this topic, drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think the new broker portal is going to do, if they're going to be able to catch up to Zillow. Love to hear your feedback. See ya.